'em laugh, make 'em laugh. Don't you know everyone wants to laugh?
Minnesota may be thousands of miles from New York and Los Angeles, but somehow we've managed to produce some of the funniest, heartwarming, shining stars of comedy.
It's a really unique place with really special people.
It's a breeding ground of comedy, Minnesota.
More than 20 years ago, On the Road was there to catch 3 of Minnesota's most successful comics at the very beginning of their careers.
And that is that the only thing more frightening than a biker is a biker's girlfriend.
Tonight, come along as we look back with Louie Anderson, an East St. Paul guy who has a big soft spot in his heart for his home state, even though it gets cold here.
Oh, why didn't I bring the jacket?
I've always been lucky that people like me automatically on stage.
Need a writer, a producer, a performer? Minnesota comedian Jeff Cesario has worn many hats since we saw him last, but he's always ready to get up on stage.
See that look come over George Bush's face like, man, I hope that one marble I got rolls into the right hole.
It's a rush. It's a drug. It's some sort of drug to get up on stage and make people laugh.
A former waitress in Minneapolis, we've watched Liz Winstead become one of the funniest women in the country. You'll hear what she's doing on the radio.
And it's one of the greatest jobs, like, I can possibly imagine anyone drumming up for themselves.
Plus, get ready to laugh with the Mickey Finn Originals. I'm Jason Davis in Hollywood to retrace the steps of some of our funniest Minnesotans.
I love Minnesota.
When we go on the road, there's a place I want to see. When we go on the road, why don't you come with me? Take a little ride, get a little windshield time. When we go on the road.
It's a long way from the clubs of Minneapolis to Los Angeles, but a number of young comedians have come west in search of fame and fortune. And this is where they hope to find them. So join us at the Comedy Store in Hollywood in our next report. It was 1983 and we were right here following a bunch of young comedians from Minnesota who were trying to break into the big time. The highly talented Louie Anderson, Jeff Cesario and Liz Winstead, all graduates of the stand-up comedy scene in the Twin Cities. And they knew that with a little luck and a good agent, places like this could open the doors for them. In the past decades, people like Jimmy Walker, Richard Pryor, David Letterman and Jay Leno have launched their careers at the Comedy Store. More than 20 years ago, we watched a big guy from St. Paul try out a routine that would make him a national hit.
Moms are great. They should run the world. There'd be no more war. Stop this fighting. Sit down. Eat something.
Louie Anderson was a struggling but up-and-coming young comedian working the Comedy Store on Hollywood Boulevard. He just arrived from St. Paul, where he grew up in a housing project as part of a large family with an alcoholic father, a background that provided a wealth of material for this very Minnesotan comedian. But breaking into the big time was tough. The man who booked comedians for The Tonight Show said Louie's act took too long to get going.
He does his setups, and then his payoff is about 15 minutes later.
But this 30-year-old from St. Paul was undeterred.
I will get to do The Tonight Show. I'll make it for sure.
And he did. Louie not only became a nationally known comic, but hosted the popular television game show Family Feud for 3 years.
I don't know how it is in Africa, but here rich guys get all the chicks.
He starred in a movie with Eddie Murphy and had a whole string of television specials. This frantic pace took its toll. Less than 18 months ago, Louie Anderson had to undergo major heart surgery. It was a life-changing event.
I've kind of restarted and reinvented myself recently, and that's what I'm in the process of doing.
Good evening, the very talented Mr. Louie Anderson.
He's 51 now.
Sorry, I didn't know he was announcing me.
A star in his own right, but still careful not to lose the connection to his roots in Minnesota.
We lived in the poorest section of St. Paul. But I tell people where they live, they went, really? Oh, Christ. Here's $1. Why don't you live here anymore? It's a cold weather, you idiot. That's it. Is that the real reason? Yes, everything else is great here. they domed this place, there'd be 5 billion people living here.
Star of stage, screen, and television. A far cry from that day back in the late 70s when a tubby young guy from the east side of St. Paul went to a stand-up comedy show with his buddies.
I did it on a dare. We were at a club, and I said to my friend, these guys aren't funny, and he said, why don't you try it? Hopped up on stage, and I've been doing it ever since.
Put your good gloves on. Does anyone else think so what? Shut up!
My sense of humor was kind of stumbled upon.
Runners are frightened of fat people.
Because I was more serious. I really wasn't a jokester.
Minnesota, look at these jumper cables.
People would laugh when I would talk when I was being serious. And that would really confuse me. So I guess I was just funny and didn't know it.
Louie Anderson is at his funniest when he talks about his childhood, his parents, and his 11 siblings who, to this day, aren't above a little sibling rivalry.
Went to the White House to do a show. We saw my mom could go to the White House. That's the only reason I went. Because, you know, if you get to take your mom to the White House, your brothers and sisters, what are they going to do?
They could do a lot worse than this brother of theirs who's made a very good living making people laugh for a quarter of a century. Louie Anderson is today one of Minnesota's favorite sons.
You know, when you look out there and you go, they're here. I guess I'm doing okay.
The side of my brain that's really developed is the lazy guy side.
Watching this homegrown comic's face and hearing his colorful stories is a sure way to forget your troubles. And that's just the way he likes it.
And people go, it's raining. It's not raining.
I like the fact that maybe for an hour or so when people are watching me, they aren't thinking about their problems.
And I see that carry up there, you know, and I go, oh, Lurch, that's Lurch.
Once a comic, always a comic. And that may be true of Louie Anderson. But another young comedian we met here 2 decades ago is more likely these days to be writing gags than standing up himself. But then, Jeff Cesario always was a writer at heart. Jeff Cesario was 34 years old and ready to take on the world when we talked to him in his tiny rented apartment in Hollywood in 1983.
It's much easier to sit around in Minneapolis because you're okay. You're a big fish in a small pond. Out here, man, you got to hustle all the time.
Today, this guy is the consummate hustler. He's a familiar sight around Hollywood, bustling from one place to another, lugging his trusty laptop computer. With a string of credits to his name, he's now able to turn his hand to writing, producing, directing, and performing. It's a tough and exciting way to make a living.
There's no weekly paycheck here. Yeah, that's the weird part about it. I mean, you're constantly flying by the seat of your pants.
There's nothing this ambitious man overlooks. He's even on the internet.
Sportalicious is going great. That's my sports parody website.
This is the land of creativity and ideas. It's also a town where sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know. A name-dropper's paradise.
And so all of a sudden I'm on a private jet with Ben Stiller. We're flying to Texas and I'm writing jokes for him. Hey man, how you doing? And I think we're getting close. There's about 10 awards.
We wondered how long this 51-year-old can keep up this relentless pursuit of fame and fortune and at the same time try to live some kind of normal life.
I'm doing what I want to do. I have a great marriage. I have a ton of fun in show business. Just stay in good physical shape because my wife and I want to have a kid too. So, you know, I don't want to have to go to my kid's high school graduation in a medevac chopper.
Always with a joke. His quick wit and personable manner has kept Jeff Cesario afloat in this, probably the most competitive show business environment on earth. So far, his greatest claim to fame is a writing credit on a Michael Keaton movie called Jack Frost. He may not have hit the big time yet, but Cesario is proud to consider himself at least a survivor.
Yeah, I think I'm successful. What the hell? Look at it. You're doing a piece on me.
This, according to Jeff Cesario and the management, is the top stand-up comedy venue in Los Angeles.
Jay Leno is here every single Sunday. It allows him to try out jokes for the upcoming week's monologue.
Put your hands together for Jeff Cesario.
Cesario is a regular performer at the Comedy and Magic Club, where his down-to-earth style and ability to improvise make him a favorite with these West Coast audiences.
If you see a camera crew running around, they're from a TV station in Minnesota. They're doing a special. I'm incidental to the story. They're just out here filming really good weather.
And the Minnesota jokes just kept on coming.
Whoever came up with ice fishing must have had the worst marriage on the planet, boy. Just some guy lying in bed at 4 in the morning looking at his wife thinking, I would rather be sitting in a cardboard box out on a frozen lake.
And Cesario writes lots of jokes about his wife, who evidently isn't into housekeeping.
Women don't do that crap anymore, man. My wife will fire up the dishwasher with 1 spoon in it. She doesn't care. If a dish needs to be washed by hand in our house, it will sit in the sink until I wash it or it disintegrates from the ravages of time.
To actually get 250 people that you don't know to laugh at something you've, created is a rare trait.
See you guys later. Bye.
When we come back, we've got one more graduate of the Twin Cities humor scene to tell you about.
This is Minneapolis TV.
Wow.
Hometown fun.
Nice.
And she's on the air at the hottest new radio network in America. We'll take you behind the scenes in New York City to see how Minnesota comedian Liz Winstead finds humor in the daily news. And stay tuned as Louie takes the stage with his buddies in his hometown of St. Paul.
Look at these jumper cables. Huh? Look at the teeth on these things. I'm thinking about taking these hunting with me next year.
Comedy and politics, two different things? Well, not as far as one Minnesota comedian is concerned. Liz Winstead started out making fun of life. Now she says her life is a lot more political, but probably just as funny.
And I have a real fear of growing old, and I'm going to grow old and have blue hair.
Back in 1983, Liz Winstead's hair was light brown and her audience was tiny. But this 22-year-old waitress from Minneapolis had a clear idea of her goals.
I think I want to be a comedian because it gives me a chance to say what other people are thinking.
It was a simple ambition, to say out loud what others would not. And for the next 2 decades, it would guide Liz Winstead's career. Minnesota born and raised, the youngest in a family of 5, this daughter of conservative parents is now one of the funniest women in America.
Hello to you too. But what I'm very excited about is that my hero, John Ashcroft, has asked every one of us to be terror deputies. Yes. So I'd like you to look at the person next to you. Feel safe?
I just kind of followed, opportunities, and I kind of always kept the word out that I'm kind of open to do anything, you guys. So if something comes up, let's see where it goes.
In the early 90s, opportunity knocked for Liz Winstead, and she found herself writing for the popular cable channel Comedy Central. In 1996, she became the co-creator of The Daily Show with Craig Kilborn. Liz created skits about life in Minnesota. Her favorite topic, the State Fair.
The Minnesota State Fair also offers you technology that leads you into the 21st century. So now you are able to eat, drink, and smoke all at the same time.
But it was Liz Winstead's jokes about politics that gave The Daily Show an edgy, no-holds-barred blend of commentary and humor. And its ratings soared.
When I realized how much enjoyment I was getting, sort of being a social critic and a comedian and talking about politics, I was like, this is great because it's unending material, it's really fun, it's really honest for me.
Today, at the age of 43, Liz Winstead lives and works in the Big Apple, in the big time. Her keen sense of comic timing and political bent have catapulted her to the top as a new player on the national media scene called Air America Radio.
Hi, Al.
How are you doing?
I'm good, honey. How are you?
I like the red. I like the red.
Do you like the red? It brings out my dark circles.
I think she's a funny gal. That's what she is.
Funnily enough, this brand new station is home to more than a half a dozen Minnesotans, like former Minnesota Public Radio host Catherine Lemfer and the man who handpicked the staff, comedian Al Franken.
It might be a certain upper Midwest sensibility, certainly that I have, and that's why I recommend Liz.
In Liz Winstead's tiny office on the 41st floor, this funny lady wears several hats. She heads the comedy team that writes the laughs to accompany the station's daily dose of programming with a liberal view.
That way we can make a joke about the government. Okay, good. So blather, blather, we'll talk about it's the 3rd anniversary of Guantanamo, and then we'll do the interview. Right.
And every morning she prepares to light up the airwaves herself.
This is the glamorous liberal radio hallway. We spend so much money on decor.
Good morning and welcome to Unfiltered here on Air America Radio. I'm Rachel Maddow. I'm here with Liz Winstead.
For the next 3 hours, she'll inject the smiles and the satire into colleague Rachel Maddow's timely mix of news, facts, opinions, and interviews. Some of it scripted, some of it not.
3 years ago today, the first 20 shackled and blindfolded prisoners arrived at Guantanamo Bay.
Yes, first year anniversary is bread, second anniversary is water.
We can talk about Guantanamo, which is a horribly unfunny subject, but Liz can find a way into that shows you the absurdity in a way that makes you laugh.
Hopefully it's freeing to those who are listening, and hopefully people are at home going, thank God someone is finally saying what I think. I'm not alone. It's crazy. Hopefully I'm never identified as one thing. Hopefully I'm never identified as just a comedian. Hopefully I'm never identified just as a satirist or a loudmouth or a know-it-all or a bitch. Hopefully I'm an amalgam of all of those things.
You know what you should give someone for their 3rd year anniversary at Guantanamo? A lawyer.
Unfiltered Air America Radio.
Liz never stays away from home too long. She credits much of her success to her Minnesota upbringing, a place she says allows you to do whatever you want.
There's no bigger weirdo than me. And that was perfectly okay, growing up there. You know, it was sort of nurtured in a way. Or it was just like, oh yeah, that's Liz.
Coming up, we'll take you to the birthplace of stand-up comedy in Minnesota. And stay tuned for the jokes from 5 of Minnesota's veteran funny guys.
Say, hey, we're having a party tomorrow. What are you going to bring? Oh, I think I'll make a hot dish.
Our toady friend Hitch has a funny bone. If you see him tonight, let us know at KSTP.com and you'll be eligible to win an on-the-road souvenir.
I miss my mom on one level, but every night in my act, I visit my mom and allow other people to visit with her too by performing.
Want to know where Louie Anderson got his start? It's tonight's Destination of the Week. Next time you drive past the corner of University Avenue and Central in Minneapolis, take a look around. Minnesota's local comedy scene was born here more than 25 years ago. A tiny bar in this labor union building called Mickey Finn's had an even smaller stage, and back in 1978, the owner was trying to drum up business. For a cover charge of just $1, customers could see brand new talent like Louie Anderson, Jeff Gabino, Scott Hansen, Bill Bauer, and Alex Cole. Soon, Mickey Finn's was packing 200 people inside to watch the celebrities. Today, you'll find top local and national talent performing at the state's newest comic venue, the Minnesota Comedy Club, inside the Best Western Maplewood Inn. The club is owned and operated by a co-op of talented Minnesota comedians. We've put together a list for you of comedy places in Minnesota. Just go to our website at kstp.com, look for more news, and click on 5 on the road.
Welcome to the original stand-up guys, the St. Paul edition.
It took him 23 years, but Louie Anderson finally came back to St. Paul to perform, and we were there for his homecoming. Some of the funniest moments coming up.
Make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh. Don't you know everyone wants to laugh?
I think there are times when you're just on stage and you go, this is the thing I was meant to do.
They're still making a living off laughter. Recently, these 5 Minnesota comedy legends held a 25-year reunion in St. Paul, and the audience couldn't have been more delighted.
My name is Alex Cole, and I am one of America's fastest rising young comedians. And I have been for 29 years. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Worst part about bus travel? Using the bathroom on the bus. Gotta walk all the way down the aisle. Everyone knows where you're going. Get back there, they have that picture window cut out so you can see the cars coming at you while you're sitting down.
How many guys live in Minnesota and don't like winter? Well, then move. Did you know we can? Run, you're free, go.
I said to my friend, I said, any place where the term good gloves is used is too cold. It's not used anywhere else. When you're a kid, you're going out. Where are you going out? You got your good gloves? Put your good gloves on. People die here in this weather. You know, spring comes, the snow melts. There's Earl. Never made it home from that party. Those are good gloves.